should have brought my tripod out here. Content, you know what I'm saying? What's up? Hey my crochet family. So I know you guys have been seeing clips here and there of just what I've been doing this past few weeks. So content creating is not easy, okay? It's a lot of work. And you may think, when you guys see the final end result of all the little clips put together, and we're trying to make it really entertaining for you guys and all that, and all the little perks and the blips and the ins and outs and all this, like whatever. It's just a lot going on, y'all. Behind the scenes, it's a lot going on. It's fun. I love it. And I'm sure the other creators are having a great time doing it. It is time consuming. So I'm just like sitting here like, okay, I gotta do this, edit this video, I gotta edit that. Okay, well, I need to post by this day. I'm like, no more stress for me. I'm just gonna pop in here, say what I'm gonna say, show you guys what I'm working on, do a few tutorials here and there. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. I'm so grateful for your support. And I look forward to just doing more and more crochet items. I am so excited right now, okay? Because this is spring going into summer. And like I said before, I'm trying to get my sexy back, right? So I'm seeing all these videos of all these young, cutesy little girls just doing all these crop tops and cardigan stuff and all that. And I want to get on the bandwagon too, so I'm about to jump on there, right? So I'm gonna show you guys what I've been working on. I know you guys saw a little beach clip. I was working on this this tote bag that I've been like obsessed with ever since I watched Mr. Bobbin. Thank you, Mr. Bobbin. Appreciate you. And your sister, your whole family. You guys are awesome. I've been using a lot of their patterns. Well, not a lot. I just only use one so far. But I will be using more. She does this messenger bag that is so amazing. And my nephew wants one of those, so I'm gonna have to get all the materials. I know I can do acrylic yarn and all that, but I kind of want to make it more sturdy, more durable, and everything. And it's really, really cute. And it's for a boy, so I want to make sure that he has something that's more like more strong for him. He has his laptop and he's in college and he's a photographer and things like that. So he's, anyway, that's a whole nother story there. But let me show you guys what I'm working on. So far, like I said, you guys saw the little beach scene I was doing right now. This is the bag I was working on, okay? And I have both panels now together, right? So I just, went put all the stitch markers around. So now I just need to go and just, single crochet all the way around. And then I need to go ahead and just start adding the shoulder, the strap, right? So I'm gonna do that. But I got a little burnt out of this. I don't know, for some reason, I have a block on this one here. Not that I don't know how to do it. I just didn't want to do it. I don't know. I guess because I got tired of all these bright colors. I'm not really a bright color girl. So I guess for me, I'm like, it just didn't motivate me. I'm thinking like, I don't really care for all this bright, but it's not for me, right? So I'm going to make a few of these. But anyway, I'm still working on this and I think I'm ready to get this done probably within today, tomorrow. So I put it down and I started something new, guys. I'm like, you know what? I need to do something that's going to really motivate me, right? And so what I did was I went on and I saw another YouTuber, content creator, and her name is Crochet. Can't pronounce it. I'll put it up on the screen.
Crochet.
She made this very simple, basic mesh cover up, and I thought it was so cute and simple, and that's what I was looking for. I wanted to do something that was quick and simple, so I'm working on it right now. She kind of recommends that you do it with cotton, which is probably the best thing to do for this type of cover up. But I have acrylic, and I have tons of acrylic yarn. So I'm like, I'm about to use this acrylic, and I have a steamer, and I'm gonna steam it and stretch it, and it's gonna be just fine. It's gonna be soft and flowy. So that's the whole point, the whole key right there for me. So it doesn't have to be cotton. You can use cotton. You want to use any type of yarn that you choose to. So I chose acrylic. So this is what I'm gonna show you guys. So this is it right here. And I'm using that Red Heart latte stripe. It's so cute. Look at that. So this is the back panel, okay? And so I'm here at the top. This is the top. And basically this is the back, okay? And of course it's going to stretch when I steam it, right? So it's going to stretch out. And I have my stitch markers here. So once I got to the length that I kind of really wanted to, which is going to be a little longer than this once I steam it, I want to count it across the top. And basically I have 5 on one. So now I'm starting the front panel, okay? So each side will have 11 stitches going across the top, and I stitch marks up to 5. So it's even on both sides. There's an empty chain here in the middle. That's the 11th chain. And I'm going to do 5 and 5. So I've started on this side. So this is so far where the front panel is starting. Okay. So this is it. If you fold it over, the front panel starting. It's so cute. And then this is your neck area here. And then I'll start the second panel on this side. Okay. So yeah, so I'm starting. It's going to be so cute. And I'm just doing this right now. I'll be probably done with this by tonight. This is very simple. We'll probably even start another one. So anyway, but this one I want to show you guys. So once it's all said and done, I will show you guys. Of course, I'm going to make the arm sleeves here. So this will be like the arm sleeves here, the hole. And then I'll stitch all this together with single crochets. And then I'll go ahead and start the arm. So I'll do the arm in circular stitches here. And yeah, so this is going to be a cardigan. It's kind of like what they call it, a mesh cardigan. So it's going to be long, probably like right below my buttocks. And then I'm going to have sleeves on it, so it's going to go down here, sleeves. And yeah, it's going to be cute. And so then I'm going to put like a little bow right here because, since it's kind of short, I want the shoulders down to the front and where it's open right here. So you pull it and it just goes like to about right here. And then I'll put like a little bow right here. I'll do like a little chain and then we'll put a bow right here, kind of pull it together right here on top. It's going to be very cute. So that's what I'm working on right now. And then I also have a few customer orders I have to start working on. I have to do a cap, a baseball cap with the chunky multicolor. I got to do another one of those, and I also have to do a headband, which for black, green, and red for a customer. He just wants just a headband, so I'm gonna make that for him. And then I also have another fishnet crop top, but it's not gonna be a crop top. It's gonna be just a basic crop top because she wants it. She doesn't want it cropped. She wants it long. So it's gonna be long sleeve, you know, just the regular down the front and down the back below her buttocks as well. So she wants that kind. So I have 3 custom orders I need to work on within the next week or 2. So I'll be coming on showing you guys that. Just some footage of me. Probably not gonna be doing much talking on that. I'll just pop the video on. You guys can watch me crochet. I may say something here and there. But other than that, that's what I'm working on. So I'm still busy, still cranking out stuff. I still got big plans for myself personally. I want to do I want to do a bathing suit, but I want a 2-piece. So I do want the bralette kind, and then I'm gonna make a bottom piece that's the bikini. But then I'm also gonna do a mesh little short mini skirt to go over it. Because you know I'm older, so I don't want everything showing, right? So I'm gonna do like a little mesh, you know, skirt to go over it. For the summertime, I'm gonna make a few of those. It's gonna be really, really, really cute. So, and I'm gonna make a bunch of cover-ups as well, different colors and styles and all that too. I'll also have another customer that wants a beach cover-up in black. She just loves black. Black is her favorite color. So I'm like, okay, you want black? I'm gonna do you black. So anyway, guys. But anyway, just want to pop on, show you what I'm working with. So guys can just sit and watch me crochet a little bit. And yeah, let's crochet. Okay, I'm coming back to show you guys my progress. So this is it right here. I just finished the first panel, which is here. Okay, so this is the first panel here. I basically just counted how many rows I had for the back panel and then made it the same length for the one side of the front panel. And now I'm going to start the second panel, and I'm going to show you guys how I get started with that. 26 rows for the back panel, and then so of course I tried to do the same thing for the front, and it's pretty much even here. It may be off a row because sometimes these are a little hard to kind of count. So basically, and you see here on this end I ended off with the darker brown, but now I want to start the top, and I wanted to start it with the lighter color. So what I did was I just went on and just took the rest of the remaining of the yarn, and I just put it in like a little cake here, a little yarn ball, so that I can start with the light color instead of starting with the dark color, because this is what I ended off with on here. So but I didn't have it rolled up, so anyway I rolled it up so that I can start with the lighter color for the top. Okay, so basically I'm showing you what I'm going to do to get started. This is my 5th space from the end, and so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just take my yarn ball, pull off the little yarn. I'm going to make a slip knot, And you can make your slip knot however you make your slip knot. This is just how I make mine. And then I do that. So there's your slip knot. I take my hook, and I'm going to start I'm going to start in this first space here on the end, and I'm going to work my way this way, and then I'm going to work my way back. Okay, so I'm going back and forth, and it's going to go, and I'm going to take as long as this back panel, and then that's going to be my second panel for the front. Okay, so this is just how I latch on. So I'm just going to go with however you want to do it. I'm just going to go through the space here and go ahead and attach it, and then just continue on. You can, if you don't want it to move on the ends, you can go ahead and just put it like maybe through the third stitch here in the middle. You can go ahead and just attach it there. But I'm going to go ahead and attach mine just through the whole, because I don't really mind it moving. I actually like it when it moves. It gives it more flexibility to kind of stretch more and all that, but it's your preference, okay? All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just turn it this way, the side way. I'm going to turn it to the back. So that can go this way and then back, okay? So anyway, this is my first space. Now I want to make sure that I continue to have 5 spaces as I'm crocheting. Now, from the looks of it, it looks like this side is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so this is the 5th one. So I'm going to crochet into that 5th one. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put my hook in the first space, attach my slip knot. Let's get that tightened on there a little bit. And I'm going to pull it through, and I'm going to do a slip stitch and tighten. Okay, now chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I do 8 because you're skipping over stitches as you're going into these spaces here. Okay, these are 6 each. So that's why it's 8 here. But it's only going to be 6 as I'm going through the spaces. And then when I get to this stitch marker, I'm going to do 8 again. So at the ends is 8. I may start doing, at the end it's going to be 8. When you start, it's going to be 8 and 8. And then when you continue, it's going to go back to, it's going to go to 6, and it's going to be 8 on the end, okay? I know you probably didn't understand that, but that's the best I can explain it. Sorry. Okay, so now I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to go to the next space. I still have my tail there. I'm going to go ahead and just do a double crochet. And I'm going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yarn over. I'm going to go to the next space, and I'm going to do a double crochet. Okay, that's 1. And then I'm going to chain 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yarn over. I'm going to go to the next space. So that's 2 spaces so far. I've put 1 in. Now this is the 3rd space. Double crochet. Yarn over and put it into this 5th one where my stitch marker is. And put a double crochet there. And go through 2. And go through 2. All right, so that's a double crochet into that space there, okay? And then I'm going to chain. Now here I'm going to chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then I'm going to turn my work, okay? So you're going to turn it on your work. And now you're on the other side. So now we have, so I'm going to count to make sure I have as many I'm supposed to have, okay? So, and I should have 5 across. So you're just going to continue on. You're going to put these 1 double crochet in each box across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to put 2 more because this is the end now. Okay, so here is my little board that I have that I do my blocking on, or actually that I'm going to start doing my blocking on. This is the first time I'm doing this. I forgot I had this board in my dining room. This is perfect for blocking and steaming. So you guys saw a little clips of me. I did record it, but I was all in the way. Okay, so I just pretty much put the little pins in here just to kind of spread it out a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and steam the back. This is the back panel, and I stretched it down some as well just to make sure it's nice and squared off there and a little more length. And then after I do this, I'm gonna let it dry a little bit, and then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna do the panel. I'm sorry, that's not safe. So this is the front panels. Okay, you see how thin they are? Well, I'm gonna stretch them as well, just like I did the back panel, and we're gonna steam them. So we're gonna do that for the front panels, okay? And then I'll go ahead and then we'll come back and I'll stitch up the sides up to the armhole for both sides, and then we will work on the sleeves, okay? All right, so I'll be back and show you guys what it looks like. Okay, here with an update. So here we are. This is the cardigan once it is steamed and stretched out a little bit. So last time I showed you guys, I was showing you how I was steaming it. And so I basically let it sit overnight, and you know, it stretched right. So this is here is of course the panel. This is the front panel, and see how much is stretched out there. Love it. Of course, it's going to stretch a little bit more here too on the bottom, but it's like really, it's long and it's stretched. It really works. So here's my back panel here, and so that looks good. And this is the front panel here, and how it already stretched out and it's elongated already. So this is actually ready to come off the board now. And basically, I tried it on. I actually did take it off the board, and I just put it back just so I can show you guys what it looked like before I took it off the blocking board here. And what I did was I tried it on. It fits perfect. It fits amazing. And I've already measured my armhole. So right here is going to be the armhole, okay? And the same for this side. I did the same thing on this side, and that's going to be the armhole. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stitch this panel along with the back panel as well, okay, for both sides, leading all the way up to my stitch marker here, and then we will start the sleeves, okay? So just want to show you guys that. I will come back with another update once I start to single crochet on the side to seam it together up to the arms, okay? Okay, so here we are with the cover up here. So basically we have, of course, the panels here, front panels, this one and this one. Then, of course, it's the back panel. And now I am going to stitch up the sides here from the bottom all the way up to the armhole there. And then we're going to put single crochets into each stitch. I'll put 2 in each space along all the way up, okay? So just so you'll see that. So basically I'm just going to do a slip knot, and we're going to attach the yarn. And once I do that, we're going to go ahead and get it started. So I didn't necessarily count how many rows going up here. I'm just pairing the front panel this side with the back panel, just the edge, and just making sure that I do get a space for each space that's along the front panel and the back panel, okay? So this is, there's no particular way you need to do this. Just make sure that you do have, you know, each hole covered, right? So this is the end here. I'm going to go ahead and just basically just put my, take off this one. So I'm just going to put my hook just through the space, and then we're going to go ahead and slip stitch it together like so. And since this is on the bottom and it's the corner, I'm going to actually put 3 single crochets, and not single crochet, but slip stitches in this particular corner, just to kind of give it the round effects, okay, so that it can look round. And then just going to, I'm just going to put in a slip stitch, make sure that's tight. And then, of course, you can go back and tighten your ends and everything once you go ahead. Well, I'm going to tighten my ends once I get through, okay? I think I'll put 4 in here. So let me put 4 slip stitches here, okay? And then basically I've covered that space on both sides, and I'm going to pull this string and I'm going to find the next space. And I'm going to go ahead and just put in 2 slip stitches there into that space. And of course, this is going to make it look a little shorter, because as you're putting in these slip stitches there, it's closing these spaces closer together. You can definitely put more than 1 if you want, but the more you put in each space, the shorter it's going to be, okay? I'm going to go ahead and just put 1 more. These are pretty big spaces here. I don't want it too tight. I'm just going to go and continue with these slip stitches here. Actually, that was the first one. And it should be fine. I don't know. I may have to change and do, because it's working. Okay, there we go. I think I may put 3 in each one, because these spaces are really kind of big, just so they won't be too gathered. Oops, slip stitch, and slip stitch. I think I'm doing slip stitch and a single crochet. What am I doing? You know, yeah, I think I'm doing slip stitch and single crochet. Which one probably better? Here, let me try that. I think I'm gonna do the single crochet. That seems to be a little bit smoother for me. So I'm just gonna do single crochet. Pull it through. Okay, that's that space. Now we're gonna find the next space, which is this one. Going to there. Just do a single crochet, and then I'll just do 2 since I'm doing single crochet. Okay, and then while I'm doing this, I'm still kind of monitoring just as I go up, because I want to make sure that it's not too bunched up, and make sure that I do have pretty much even amount of spaces that I'm going into all the way up to the armhole, because I don't want it to be crooked or warp-sided, or, you know, not enough spaces on each panel to put these in. Yeah, so I'm just going to continue this all the way up, and then I'll come back and show you guys once I get to the armhole. Okay, I am finished with the sides, and I've made it to the armhole here. And then if you see here, it's, you know, it's shrunk a little bit, but, you know, you just got to stretch it out once you put it all there. See, look, it's still the same size, which is awesome. It's going to be so pretty. This way it looks on the inside. So now this is the outside now. Of course, this is going to be my inside. Okay, so at this point, I am ready to start my armhole. So basically, I went all the way up, and I pretty much just put 1 or 2 in each space, depending on how, because I didn't want it to be too drawn up. So I made sure that I just kind of spread them out as much as even as possible. Okay, so now right here, I'm at my stitch marker right here, and so this is the armhole. So at this point, I'm just going to just continue putting these stitches, the mesh stitches, starting in my first hole here. Well, this hole I already put a slip stitch in, so well, single crochet. So I'm going to actually skip this space here, and then I'm going to go into this first space here. So at this point, we're just going to continue. You don't need to cut your yarn off, which is what I like. So now that I did my last single crochet, I'm going to go ahead and chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then I'm going to go ahead and yarn over, and I'm going to go into this first space here, and I'm going to do a double crochet. And then I'm going to go ahead and add 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and so that's my first row, the first space for the first row for the arm. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another stitch marker there. Even though I'll know because this stitch marker is there, but I kind of want to just put this one here so I know for sure myself that this is my first space for the first row of the arm. So then in this, I'm going to go in in a circle. So I will know once I get to this point anyway, like if I'm starting my second row. It's just for my mental so that I know that I'm starting, however many rows I have, then I can count it better that way. So I'm just putting a stitch marker there. Now, what I'm going to do is, because I know I'm starting off here, what I may do is just do a slip stitch when I get back here. There's different ways you can do this. If you go in a circle, 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 your sleeve's gonna get wider and wider and wider and wider. And not because you're increasing, that's just because you're going in a circle, 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 and you're not really slip stitching. If you want your to be a wide sleeve, then you do not have to slip stitch here. If you want it to be a more narrow sleeve or a more controlled sleeve that's a same shape, then you slip stitch. If you slip stitch it, then that will kind of like create like a seam on the arm. So that way you'll have a seam and that keeps it kind of like together. I don't know how to explain that, but as I do it, so I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I'm thinking about doing that. I'm not sure. I don't really want these sleeves to be too wide, but I don't want them to be too narrow either. So I just have to figure out as I go around, what I'm gonna do. So I guess after the first row, when I get back here, then I'll decide if I want to slip stitch or not. Okay, but it's your preference. There's so many different videos out there. I know I'm not even teaching you guys this right. I'm still trying to learn my own self. So this is like definitely learning here for myself. So hopefully you guys are catching on here a little bit. Here I'm just doing my 6, and then I'm gonna go into the next space. So I'm just basically going to do this around this whole arm hole here. And then I'm going to add a double crochet. And I'm going to add 6 stitches. And then I'm going to go and continue on. So that's 4, 5, and 6. And the next space. Okay, and this is not, I haven't made it back around yet. This is saying pink, but this is actually where I pin my shoulders to be, so I know exactly where my shoulders are going to be. Using stitch markers are very, very good. Like I said, if you know how to navigate your crochet projects and you know what the stitches look like and where things stop and start, then you do not need to use stitch markers. But if you really want to keep track of the shape and form of your project, depending on what it is, use your stitch markers, okay? It's okay. Like, it's okay. Because one day, when you do get more advanced, if you're not already, you won't probably need to use your stitch markers. But I don't care how advanced I am or not, or intermediate or beginner, I'm going to use my stitch markers because that helps me to guide me through the project. So that way, I'm putting things in a proper place and it looks right, it looks good, it's coming out, the way it should come out, right? But so use your stitch markers or whatever you have to use, bobby pins or safety pins, whatever you need to do to create space or to mark those spaces for you. Okay, so I'm almost at the end here, but I'm gonna go ahead and finish and I'll come back and show you guys when I get to that stitch marker. Okay, I came to the end of my first row, so it's right here. Okay, so there's the stitch marker for where my seam stopped. And then here's, of course, the first space for the first row. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and try the slip stitching it just in this space here. So whenever I get back to this space, I'll continue to slip stitch so I can put like a little seam. Because I don't really want my sleeves to be too big. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I've already put in one before the last one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I've already chained my 6, and I'm gonna go ahead and just put my last single crochet here. I'm sorry, double crochet. All right, I am going to chain 3. I'm gonna chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, because now I just want to move over to this first chain here, and I chained 6 here, so I'm gonna go into the middle bump and I'm gonna slip stitch it. Let me see if that works. So I'm gonna go here in the middle, and then we're just gonna slip stitch. Okay, and then from there I'm just gonna chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I know I'm probably doing this way different from other people, but this is how I'm gonna do it, okay? So I got my 6, I'm gonna move over here and I'm gonna put my next, starting my row 2. I'm gonna go ahead and, should I put it here in this one? No, because I don't wanna increase either. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put double crochet in this next space, chain 6, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And I'm kind of freestyling this a little bit, winging this on my own. Like I'm just figuring it out on my own, like what to do next and all that. So please don't use this as a tutorial, as an authentic tutorial for you guys. But if you can follow it, cool, use it, go ahead. There's no worries. You can definitely, if you can follow me, you probably can't follow me, but I'm all over the place, I know. So anyway, I'm learning how to do this. But I'm having fun doing it. So creating beautiful items here. Okay, so basically this is all I'm doing. I am just taking this row by row, and I am making this sleeve and with the mesh crochets, and I'll do this until I get to the length that I want my sleeve to be, and then I'll come back and show you guys what this sleeve looks like once I'm done. Okay, I am back and wanted to show you guys where I am right now. And these are the two arms right here that I have pinned down on the board to block. Okay, this is of course the center, the two panels in the front and the back. I don't need to steam those. I am going to steam the seam a little bit here. This is one seam and this is the other seam. So I'll put a little steam on that, but not too much. And then here's the other arm here, the sleeve, and I'm going to steam that as well. So basically this is it right here. And I'm gonna go ahead and steam these arms, and then we're gonna let this sit overnight. And I'll come back in the morning to show you guys the final result of everything and what it looks like. Okay, alrighty. Hello, I am back, and I am back to show you guys the final result of what I'm calling my butterfly mesh cover-up. This is the final result, how it turned out. I am super excited. I am super obsessed with this cover-up. OMG, it is so pretty. And I love it. I love it. I'm going to be making more of these, but I just wanted to show you guys this is the final result of how it turned out. This is so cool because if you decide to make this, you can make this any way you want, right? You can make the sleeves longer, shorter. This can be closed more or open more. However you want to do it, you just make it your own. I pretty much made this my own. I did look at a few content creators who actually made something similar to this, but I just pretty much made it my own style and long. And so I call this the butterfly effect because it looks like a butterfly. Look at that, it looks like a butterfly to me. Even down to the panels, because I have my panels a little longer on both sides just to kind of have that look. I don't know, I just like it, right? But it turned out amazing. So I just wanted to show you guys this. I also made a ruffle hat, as you see, to match, right? I know it's springtime, I know it's summertime, and who wants to be wearing a ruffle hat in the hot, right? But I just like ruffle hats, and I like hats. I like to be warm all the time. I'm always cold, so this is perfect for me. So I just whipped up this little ruffle hat. It's like a wavy ruffle hat. Thought it was really cutesy. I love it, and so I did that. But I also did something else too. So if you don't want to wear a ruffle hat, that's fine. I may not want to one day. It may get too hot. And so you know what? This is what I made too. Excuse the hair, but I have my hair in a ponytail. But I also made a headband to match it as well. Ah, so cute. I'm so excited. I'm going to make a whole bunch of these as well. This is so adorable. So I made this as well. Excuse the hair. Like I said, y'all, my hair is in a ponytail. But anyway, so I made this little cute headband to match it. Look at that. Too cute. Perfect for a beach. You know, you want to do a beach cover up. You just want to just style it up. You just want to just dress, you know, you have on your outfit and you just want to just throw this on. It definitely gives it more style, more appeal to your wardrobe or to your outfit that you're wearing. It is just adorable. So anyway, I want to show you guys the final result. Thank you for hanging in there with me step by step as I made this. It was good. This is the first time I made something like this, so I'm excited about it, and I will be making more and more of them actually. So anyway, I just wanted to show you guys what I came up with and how it all turned out. So if you definitely like what I am presenting to you guys or what I'm showing you here on this channel, please subscribe. You know, if you're back another time and you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? I can wait for you. It's no problem, right? Please subscribe, okay? Please even tell a friend, you know, a family member, or whomever you would like to share it with. You know, we're just trying to build our family here at Put Me On Crochet, and so we're just having a great time. I do have some other videos, of course, that will be coming out soon. I'll be doing more tutorials as well, and I am just constantly learning. Like I said before, I am a new crocheter starting all over again, right? You know, so I'm just excited about how I'm able just to create, and I'm just so blessed by God that He has given me this talent to do this. So please hang in there with me. Come back and see us and check us out. Okay, so thank you so much also to all of our new subscribers. Welcome to the Crochet fam. I look forward to chatting with you in the comments and all that. Please offer your suggestions, anything you want to see that I can probably make go ahead and suggest that in the comments, and I'll definitely try my best to respond back to you as soon as I can, because I do reply to my comments. And yeah, I'm looking for some challenges. So whatever you guys feel like will be cute, let me know. And I'll look up a pattern and I'll make it for you. And we can make it together too. So anyway, you guys have a great day. Have a blessed night. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.